Well, from rain to sleet to ice and snow, this time of year in West Michigan offers up plenty of ways for people to slip, fall, and injure themselves. But what if that happens on someone else's property? Now, do you have a legal claim to file for liability? It's not always easy to answer that question. But to break it down, we have some legal help. We've got Tom and Melissa from Gruel's attorneys and counselors joining us this morning to take a closer look at the law. Good morning, Tom. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. Why don't you introduce yourself about Gruel Mills? Tell us a little bit about the organization itself.
Yeah, Gruel Mills is a small boutique personal injury law firm. We're celebrating our 40th anniversary this year, so we've been around a while. We only work on the plaintiff side, which means people who are getting hurt, going after those insurance companies, making sure that they do the right thing and compensate you for injuries when it's somebody else's fault.
Yeah, I think people who have lived in West Michigan are familiar with your name, pretty familiar. Let's talk about the specific topic. Well, I mean, how do you know, first off, if you have a claim? How do you, because I don't know what the term is, you probably do, but when you walk into a place where there's a natural expectation where there could be an injury, I'm sure that plays into this at all. Could you break it down for me?
Yeah, there's a multitude of factors that go into play when you're injured on someone else's property. Most calls we get are when someone's injured on a business owner's property.
Okay.
And that business owner has a higher level of duty to those entering their property to act reasonably and to prevent harm to those entering their property. And so that's the first thing that, we're going to look at is, did someone fall, because of a condition or because of their own 2 feet?
Okay, so first off, we have to determine who's to blame, right? Has there been negligence? Is that what we're talking about?
Right. And this type of claim is known as a premises liability claim. It's a version of a negligence action.
Okay. So what does someone do? They went to a business, they were out front, they slipped, maybe they broke a hip. Okay, and so what's the first thing they need to do?
First thing you got to do is decide, okay, am I on private property or public property? Because anytime you're filing a claim against a public entity, there may be a shorter window of time that you have to actually pursue that claim.
Okay.
If it's a private business versus a homeowner, right? A business owes a higher duty to its customers than a homeowner does to having friends over for dinner. Right? And so that higher duty means they've got to take active steps to make sure that the premises is safe. Another thing that you want to check is, what was it that I fell on or slipped on? What was the dangerous condition that might be the cause of the claim? And if you can, to document that so that if it's a puddle or if it's ice, what did it look like? Do we know whether it is something that the business created, mopping the floor without putting out one of those slippery when wet signs, or did the customer spill their coffee and it was a customer's fault? And then get an idea of, okay, how long do we know that this was there?
You mentioned what I'm assuming is a statute of limitations. There's only so much time you have to file this. A lot of times some people fall and they're like, they walk it off, right? But then a week later, so they're like, oh, maybe there is something here that's really, really I should look into. Is that statute of limitations a pretty short window? Is it different depending on the location?
Yeah, so it depends. There's a statute of limitations for any legal claim. But if you fall on public property, there's a shorter notice window when it comes to government-owned property. And that's why it's especially important to call an attorney and get advice when you do fall, and you have a serious injury, because that notice is a pretty short window. And it's important too to identify where you are when you fall, so that if it's a property owner, you can put them on notice too that you fell and what the condition was, to see, to help your attorney moving forward if that's what you want to do.
I'm assuming the next thought that someone has, they've fallen, they slipped, they thought, oh, hey, I might have a case here. That wasn't supposed to be there. Their next thought may be, but then if I have to call a lawyer, this is going to cost me a ton of money. Is it worth making that call? They're doing the math in their head, like, how do you determine, that type of thing? So I'm hoping that you guys make it easy.
We sure do. If you call Gruel Mills, you're going to speak with a lawyer. We do free consultations, and so you don't have to worry about us sending you a bill after that first 30 or 60-minute phone call. And the idea is we want to make sure that you understand your legal rights, what the process is going to look at, what the different considerations are, and understanding the law. You may not have a case. If you go ahead and see a patch of ice on a sidewalk ahead and you decide you're going to pull a Tom Cruise risky business slide and you fall and hurt yourself, that's your own fault. You're not going to have a case there because you saw that ice. And we all have a duty when we're going about to be careful and look out for our own safety as well. And so that gets balanced, and those are the types of things we're going to talk about. We do say you have a case, and as a potential client you decide you want to hire us, we work on a contingency fee basis as well. And so we only get paid if we recover something for our clients. Our clients don't really have to pay anything out of pocket to work with us.
I think those are the two main things that people probably think of, right? They think of, like, do I have a case and can I afford this case? Well, the good news is you can get that consultation at no charge. You can actually get that legal advice, learn if you actually do have a case, so without that fear of getting that big bill for having, that talk with a lawyer. GMNP.com for more information for Gruel Mills attorneys and counselors, or you can just pick up the phone right now. Could have happened over the weekend, right? 616-235-5500 for more. Thank you for the time this morning.
Thank you so much.
You bet. We'll be right back.